Welcome to another episode of Objective Bias featuring yours truly. And before we get into this episode, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't be afraid to share this online, tell a friend to tell a friend, all of the above. So let's just jump right into the topics. The first topic at hand is going to be the topic of Sonia Massey. Unfortunately, Sonia Massey was a African American woman that was murdered this month by a cop, a police officer, and that individual name was Sean Grayson. And if you haven't watched the video, it is pretty cringeworthy to view, and you really have to have a strong stomach to watch this because it was a situation that didn't even have to cross those boundaries or even get close to that being a possibility to where a cop is shooting a civilian, so to speak. So pretty much what happened building up into the tragic murder was Sonia called the cops over. I believe she advised that an intruder had entered her place or was around her place of residence or what have you, and the cops came. And as the video showed, the cops came to the door. They exchanged some words, trying to figure out what happened. The cops then realized that there was a car with a busted window, which I guess made them more intrigued or curious about what really was happening around the place of residence. So eventually Sonia let the cops in. They had an exchange, spoke about whatever they did there. I don't know words verbatim because I watched the video maybe once or twice. But pretty much Sonia had a mental situation going on, maybe a mental crisis. I'm not sure, but you could tell that she had a mental situation going on and pretty much proceeded to the kitchen. She had a pot full of water boiling on the stove. She went to the stove, said something to the effect of, "I rebuke you," or something like that. The cop pretty much proceeded to say something, "I'm gonna shoot you in your face, get away from that pot," or whatever the case may be. Now, here goes the crazy part about it, right? She let go of the pot and ducked. The cop then proceeded to let off two shots with which hit her face or hit her in the head. Again, she let go of the pot and ducked. Let that sink in. The other cop proceeded to suggesting to get the medical kit. The cop that shot Sonia, Sean, said, "Don't worry about it. That was a headshot. She's gone," pretty much. And that was pretty much the scene. And it was crazy how they both were kind of going back and forth. "Are you good? Are you good? What the fuck y'all mean? Are you good? Y'all just killed a black woman for no fucking reason. What are y'all asking about each other good for?" Then you hear Sean talking about, "Oh, I wasn't about to get a pot of boiling water in my face." How was a pot of boiling water about to be splashed in your face if she was ducking for cover and shit? Like what the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? Um and yeah, that was pretty much the scene. And I do want to say and give my condolences to the families and family and friends affected by this tragic murder, which it was of Sonia Massey. Anyone affected by her tragic loss, my condolences, sympathies, and prayers go out to you, your loved ones, and again, everyone affected by this tragic situation. And the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I actually have an immediate family member that has, mental illness, and one fear of mine is I'm gonna get a phone call. Not to say that is going to happen at the hands of a police officer, but that is one of the things that crossed my mind. Like, what if she's in a mental crisis and a police officer comes up on her and doesn't know how to protect and serve, which you're instructed to do? Isn't that the slogan, protect and serve? Are these cops just forgetting about that? Like, are we not betting them? Like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what I mean? Like, what if she has a mental crisis situation to where she loses her life because a cop doesn't know how to control the situation or just recognize what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like it was obvious, well, I won't say obvious, but if you have like, pretty much the common sense attribute, like something's going on with this lady, whether there was an intruder or not that entered or was around the vicinity, when you started exchanging conversation or words, something's up. You know what I mean? So it was like, when are we going to like not let this shit rest? You dig what I mean? Like these cops, and of course, this is not all of them. There's a lot of good cops, but why is it always a white cop murdering a black civilian? Like, what the fuck is that? And this was like so blatant, like it was disgusting. It was like stomach turning, like she literally ducked and you shot her in the face. It wasn't like she had the pot in her hand and charging at you or some shit. So let me get this straight, right? So I understand that as a cop, if your life is in danger, shoot to neutralize the object or the suspect or whatever the case may be. If your life's in danger, right? So even though her hand was not on the pot when she was shot because she was ducking for cover or whatever, the cop had the audacity to say, "Oh, I wasn't about to have no boiling water tossed on me or thrown in my face or whatever, whatever." If that was the case, let's entertain that suggestion or that reason for the shooting. Does boiling water kill you out of a pot? Your life would have been in danger. It wasn't a gun. It wasn't a knife. It wasn't acid. It wasn't a sharp object. It was hot water. And they had the nerve in the video to kind of say something about, oh, you see the water on the floor or some shit like that. It came close to me. Motherfucker, is hot water. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? Is that your justification for motherfucking shooting her dead? Like, man, this be some bullshit, man. Cause it's like real shit. Like just me right now, just speaking about myself, being in the possible predicament to where I gotta call the cops to hope that they, come to my safety or come in, resolve whatever crisis is at hand. Like, motherfucker, I'm nervous, bro. Like, I'm gonna hesitate to call a motherfucker because I don't know what type of bullshit y'all coming on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, she called y'all. The fuck is you talking about? And if you were that worried about getting boiling water spilled on you, retreat, bag up, boiling water, gunshot. How do they equate? Someone tell me. The fuck is y'all talking about, man? Like that. And I don't mean to laugh like it's funny, but sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Like you know what I mean? Like, what is we doing? What is we talking about? And the crazy part is, I see some people that have platforms online, and it was this one black dude. I don't even want to dignify anything by saying his name. I actually stopped watching it as soon as he got to this I guess this points I guess that he was trying to make, talking about the cops were justified in their action of shooting Sonya in that position. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? How the fuck up? You know what I mean? I'm not about to listen to this goddamn ignorance talking about they were justified to use deadly force with someone that had hot water that wasn't even in their fucking hands because they was ducked for cover. What is y'all talking about? I promise you, the common sense is at an all-time low in this country, bro. Like, even in this world, like, shit don't even surprise me how ignorant and idiotic motherfuckers can be. You feel what I mean? Like, and it's a topic that gets tiring to speak on when it comes to cops and them murdering our people, and you know what the fuck I mean by that. Like, the shit's tiring. Like, when is something gonna give? Like, it is really dangerous out here to be a black person. For real, for real. And I may have a motherfucker that come over here. Oh, here you go playing the race card. Man, the facts are out there. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. Like, how many times y'all hear about a Caucasian individual having to deal with this? Like, I'll wait. Exactly. Like, let's stop playing the dumb game when it comes to the facts at hand. But like I said, common sense is definitely at a all-time low in this country, and it's very concerning, it's very disturbing at that. And it's like, y'all really, y'all really need to get a hold of this shit. Like, motherfucking cops can't. I mean, obviously they are, you know what I mean? But like, have some goddamn decency. Like, uh, even if you panic, like, what's the background process? What's the training like for, before a motherfucker get in the field and do some dumbass shit? Like, it'd be the most simplest situations that don't need to be escalated to the point to where someone dies, and y'all just goddamn be taking it there for no reason. Let me remind you again. You told her to move away from the hot pot of water. She did. You told her you were going to shoot her in her face. She got scared, ducked for cover, and then what did you do? Proceeded to shoot her in the face. What the fuck? And then you got the nerve to goddamn plead not guilty. Not guilty for what? You were defending yourself? The fuck out of here, Sean Grayson. But anyways, on July 17th, Sean Grayson was indicted on charges of first degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and an official misconduct. And I hope you goddamn rotting in jail and they beat your motherfucking ass in that motherfucker. Like, you deserve all that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna feel no remorse, no sympathy for you getting your ass beat in prison because you killed a black woman for no fucking reason. You just wanted to. That's how I be feeling. Like, when it comes to like shit like that, it should be premeditated murder. Like, you knew what the fuck you was doing. It wasn't like no split-second decision. You knew exactly what you was doing, bro. Hey, that's some motherfucking bullshit. Straight up and down, left and right. Like, get the fuck on. Now, that's going to be something that I'm a, kind of leave alone for the time being, you know what I mean, and move on to my next topic. But before I do, I just want to transition with this. Y'all former president, Donald Trump, said if he's reelected, he's going to give cops full immunity for shit like this. But I'll be back so we can get into that part of my conversation. Now, the next thing I wanted to speak about is this upcoming election in November. Now, before I get into this conversation, it's not going to be a political conversation because if you can remember, if you've been following me, I said I would never speak about politics. So it's not the political side of things. It's more of the common sense side of things because in 2024, we are definitely decades and decades from, regular ass elections, how shit normally was, whatever the case may be. Now it's more of crazy ass propaganda, lies, deception, blatant lies at that. And just who can do the best job of convincing the masses of people that have no common sense. And I mentioned this in my previous topic, that common sense is really at a all-time low in society. Like, I don't know if it's because social media is such a tool and everybody has access to the internet and at the palm of their hands literally, and that's all you rely on. Like, what I mean? Nobody does research anymore. Nobody takes the time to find out the actual truth. Y'all go off of what a motherfucker say, or like a 30-second snippet of something being said with no context. Like, we have to do better as a society. Like, come on, man, just do a little bit. Like, y'all don't even be trying out here in these streets. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is we on? You know what I mean? But before I even continue, again, this is not a political opinion or conversation. Um, and I feel that no matter what side you stand on, you can vote for whomever you feel best serves your best interest. You feel me? Like, you're free to vote for whomever you choose. I'm not here to try to convince you to vote on one side or the other. That's your right. And exercise it to the full capacity of your capability. You know what I mean? But I do want to remind you about common sense and dignity. You dig? So, for the ones that are Trump supporters, right? Just some facts. You feel me? Just some facts and some examples, just to kind of, give you some enlightening type of thoughts. So, as I mentioned in the previous topic, Trump plans to give cops full immunity if elected. So, with the Sonya Massey situation, where a cop shoots a woman ducking for cover in the face and murders her, Trump wants to give him full immunity. Like, that's not his fault. He's protected from that. Okay, sir. Fuck out of here. Another thing, like I said, Trump just be lying. He was just recently convicted, right? Proof is out there. He was messing with a porn star, all of the above. They brought it up in the debate, or he was questioned somewhere. I can't remember. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't know who that was. Motherfucker! Like, what did you talking about? You were just on trial. What your connection with this porn star? Why are you lying? Why are you lying in America's face? But y'all dumb motherfuckers will go for it though. Like, oh, no, he had nothing to do with that because he said he did. Where's the common sense at, people? Hmm? Where's it at? And just recently, Trump had the audacity to say Kamala is not fit to run because she's a criminal. What did you say? Kamala is not fit to run for president and shouldn't be allowed to because she's a criminal. What? Not the convicted felon saying someone shouldn't be allowed to run because they're a criminal. What? Come on now, bro. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. Common sense. So I would have loved to ask Trump right after he said that. So what are you? Please answer that. You're a criminal, Trump. So that should apply to you, right? You shouldn't be able to run or be allowed to because you're a criminal. See what I mean? Common sense. And I'm not going to keep digging into. I just wanted to give a few examples because it's like, bruh, y'all just be falling for anything. It was crazy because um and this is going to transition to my part about Kamala. Um, I had said something on social media, and I had a partner of mine like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, I don't get mad about people's political points of view. That's why I don't engage in that conversation, because it's almost like religion. The motherfucker believes one thing from a political point of view. They gonna stay on that side regardless. Ain't no changing no motherfucking mind. You feel me? But yeah, it said something about Kamala, right? And he had commented that she was trash. So I was like, what about Agent Orange, aka Trump? Oh, he trash too, but he gonna do more for the black people than Kamala would. Blah 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 blah. How, sir? How do you know that? And again, this is going to transition into exactly what I'm about to say about Kamala. When has Kamala had an opportunity in that position of president to show what she can do? So how do you know that Trump would do more for black people? Please tell me. Oh, why? Because he put an extra $20 in your bank account? That's why? Because he gave Americans a little bit more gas money? Y'all acting like the motherfucker goddamn gave life-changing money to motherfuckers. Motherfuckers got 20 extra dollars on their paycheck, bro. Approximately. Y'all don't feel that shit no more, huh? And y'all know money is not the all be all, right? And let's come back to this common sense part, right? So while Trump is the president, yeah, he gave us a little bit of extra money. The pandemic hit, motherfuckers got stimulus checks and shit. So from the time Trump was given a little bit more money to stimulus checks and shit of that nature, did y'all not know that we was going to have to pay that motherfucking shit back? Why the fuck did you think inflation happened? Outside of businesses closing for a while and things of that nature, or did you not think that the government was not about to get their money back? Let that sink in a little bit. Again, I'm not getting into the political part of things, just the common sense part of things. We gotta exercise our brains, people, because y'all be acting like fucking idiots out here. Idiots. You feel me? Come on now, bruh. Y'all be acting like this motherfucker. And my people, like, we gotta do better too. Like, I know how the system is set up is not set up in our favor. And you have people that are extremely broke out here. Hell, even middle class people like myself be goddamn struggling. You feel me? We trying to make it happen, but come on, just think about it. Please think about it. Do your due diligence, research. When he lies, he lies. Pay attention to the lies. Not because it sound good, not because he's an amazing salesman, but you know what I mean? Come on, man. And all I'm gonna say is Project 25. Read up on that shit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, I want to transition over to Kamala because like my colleague, my partner indicated that she was trash. And I felt like that was so unfair to say because she hasn't even gotten an opportunity to show what she can do in that position. And also she wasn't going for this shit. Biden dropped the fuck out and she was thrusted in that position. Y'all act like she was goddamn running for this shit. It ain't even been a weekend, y'all on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck going on? And I'm more disturbed by the blatant disrespect, bashing, shaming attempts from a multitude of people. For one, I gotta holler at my black women. Gotta call you to the front of the congregation. Let's have a conversation. I love you, right? So in that love, I gotta hold you accountable now. You feel me? So the reason why I want to bring up black women, of course, it's not all black women, you know, but it is a lot of y'all motherfuckers that are talking crazy about Kamala. For what reason, bruh? And it's not about your opinion because, again, as far as who you're voting for, because you're free to vote for whomever you choose. Again, it's your vote. But it's like y'all are intentional in letting everybody know how you feel or saying negative, unfair things about her, things you have no knowledge of, but just assuming because she's a black woman. What is it about black women in competition with other black women? Like, aren't y'all supposed to be united? Aren't we supposed to be united as a race, as a people? Why y'all hating on your own kind now? Like, it don't make sense. Like I said, I could see if she was in that position, fucked up, or made crazy ass mistakes. You feel me? But she's never been in that position. I seen this one black woman. I unfollowed her because I don't care for ignorance or blatant hate or disrespect. She said this election seems very Trumpish. I know who I'm voting for. Bitch, she just got them. She just got an opportunity this past weekend. It ain't been a week. How? How do you know this? But you know what? They have to let themselves be heard because it's a black woman in that position. You didn't do that shit to Biden. You didn't do that shit to Trump. But soon a black woman get in that motherfucking position, oh, let me say some shit. I gotta throw some hate, gotta throw some salt. Then I go to another social media platform. Motherfucker did the graphics and everything, had a picture of Kamala on her page and said, I am not for her. Why you gotta do all that? Again, just being blatant, intentional, being extra, the disrespect. So it's so disturbing. Like, why you gotta put that on First Street? And I had made a comment on her post, like, and again, I don't, whatever you choose to do is up to you, but I just had to say, y'all black women are funny at times. Again, it's not all black women, but a lot of y'all be on that dumbass shit, that dumbass time. You get what I mean? And then you have somebody on somebody's podcast talking about Kamala got her position because of the hot tweet, the goddamn social media trend. Disrespectful. Why? Tell me. So what if someone said Trump or Biden, one of these men, got to their position because they sold themselves to the devil by, what I'm saying, getting it up the ass or some shit. Again, hey, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I have no whatever your sexual preference is up to you. You know what I'm saying? I have no hate, no shade, no nothing. But I'm just saying, no one has ever brought that shit up. No one ever said that. You know why? Because they're men. This is a black woman, so let's goddamn do something so disrespectful. Let's say the most disrespectful shit. Let's imply about her, giving fellatio and shit. Like, why we gotta go there? For what? Then you got Candace Owens house nigga ass talking about oh, she slept her way to the top. She's married. What are you talking about? Where's the evidence? Where's the receipts, ma'am? Oh, you just feel like bashing another black woman, huh? Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. Then you got the black women hating because you got a white husband. Who gives a fuck? Y'all be so concerned about who a motherfucker with. Like, what that got to do with being the president? And let's entertain all of that bullshit, right? What does someone's personal life got to do with them running the fucking country? talking about their personal life in an intimate sense. What does that have to do with them running the country? Whatever happens in the motherfucking bedroom is that motherfucker's business. That's for everyone, even Trump, Biden, whomever. Whatever goes on in your bedroom is your fucking business. But why? Because we have a black woman that has been given this opportunity. Y'all want to resort to that bullshit. Hmm? Then you got some again, like I say, the common sense is at an all-time low. Then you got some people saying, "Oh, she's very hard on non-violent crimes, and she did this and incarcerated people for blah blah blah." Blah. She was a fucking prosecutor. That was her job, motherfucker. Like, what is wrong with y'all? What do y'all think prosecutors do? Give people probation? Their job is to put people in jail. That's a motherfucking job. Any one of you motherfuckers that had a prosecuting position getting paid great money, you're gonna put people in jail. That's just what the fuck you do. Again, common sense. What is we talking about here? You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying about this election that's coming up. Like, just use your common sense. Don't fall victim to the propaganda or who can make someone else look the worst with lies and deceit. Like, let's use your brains, man. You know what I mean? Give Kamala Harris a chance to fuck up before y'all just saying all this dumbass shit. Y'all don't even know what she can do in that position. And lastly, for all the people that's like, oh, I ain't see her, or she ain't spoke up when she was the VP. How many vice presidents you know that just be out there like that? Can y'all name Trump's vice president on his last term? And I'm talking about not Googling it or anything like that. You can't, can you? Because they don't say shit for real. Come on now. But again, I just want to end that topic with you are free to vote for whomever you choose to. That's your right. And I would hope that you would choose whomever you feel fits your best interest or what have you. So this wasn't a conversation to sway your thought process in either direction, but just use common sense, man. Like, the facts are out there. Like, just pay attention. You dig what I mean? All right, I'll be back with this last topic. I'm gonna make it a little lighter. You feel me? Now, as we know, the Olympic Games start this weekend. The opening ceremonies are today, this afternoon, if you're in the United States on the East Coast. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to wish all of my and our US contestants, participants, good luck, man. Bring on that gold, 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 gold. That's all we trying to get. You feel me? All we trying to do is win on some DJ Khaled shit. You feel me? But because I'm a basketball head, I want to talk about the U.S. men's basketball team. Gold is expected. You know, there's some sports, certain individuals that go over wherever the Olympics may be overseas and are expected to bring home the gold. The U.S. men's basketball team is one. The women's basketball team is another. But I just want to speak on the men's team because in these expedition games leading up to the Olympics, we have really not looked impressive as at all. Um, our average margin of victory points wise has been 8.6 points, and that's just unacceptable. I know the world has been catching up with us. I did see a stat. I don't know the specifics to where when the original Dream Team, Jordan and them boys, when they were in the Olympics outside of the United States only produced like a single number of NBA players that were from overseas. Now that number is close to 50, which is quite a difference from the 90s to now. So I can understand that, but still 8.6, that's not acceptable. I feel like given where we're at in the talent that we have on the team, it should be no less than 15 points a game. You feel me? Like, and that's being respectful. If we really buckled down and did some shit like I know we should, it should be 20, to be quite frank. But I'm gonna give it that respectful 15. Um, and also in these expedition games, our field goal percentage averaged approximately around 47%. Our opponents were 44%. Our 3-point percentage averaged approximately 32%, while our opponents were 31%. And even though the 3-point percentage is 1 percentage higher, the downside of that is our opponents have hit 12 more threes than us. So they have hit 54 threes to our 42. So of course, three is more than two. So if they're hitting more threes than us, then that's the reason most of these games were close to begin. And there's quite a few things I've noticed with how we've been playing. For one, the lack of chemistry is apparent, which is that was going to be a thing, um, given that most, if not all, of these international teams play together yearly, and when the NBA players that they have in the NBA are not playing, they just plug them in, and because of their style of play, it's like a seamless fit. Whereas we've only been practicing together for a month, so I can understand that from that perspective. But that should be the only issue. We have a major issue with turnovers and our defense. And turnovers, that can apply to a chemistry thing as well, but also that has to do with the mental. Like, you just have to play a little smarter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, be locked in a little bit more. And with that mental capability to lock in, fucking play some defense. We ain't been playing no motherfucking defense. I don't know if we too cool for school, not communicating effectively on the defensive end, but defense is about effort. You know what I mean? Like, even though when the original Dream Team in the 90s took gold, there were only a single digit amount of NBA players from international teams a part of the Olympics. They beat the fuck up, locking up full court pressure. That's what we need to do, because the thing about it is you're supposed to play hard because the entire team is stacked. There's a star or a superstar or star in their role at every position. You dig what I'm saying? So you can go all out because you don't need to play a motherfucking, because the Olympic Games are 40-minute games. You don't need to play 30 minutes. 20 minutes is cool. 15. Go all out. Play defense. Hustle. Get up out of there. Rotate. Wear a motherfucker down. You dig what I mean? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what the Dream Team did. And they say this team got more talent than the Dream Team, so show us. Like, I get it, like the world is caught up, but if we lock in, we should blow out every motherfucking team. Every position we got on lock. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. Got a superstar in every position. If we lock in, ain't nobody beating us. Now, with that being said, I am concerned because even though he my guy because he played for my squad, the Lakers Lake Show, all day, y'all can't keep depending on LeBron to goddamn take shit home at the end of games. Like, yeah, he's capable, but you gotta remember he about to be 40 this year. Like, someone else gonna have to take the reins or step up. This needs to be a collaborative effort. Men's basketball team. This needs to be a collective effort, collaborative effort. And I know Embiid, as far as his talent level suggests, is the best big man in the game, but he's still playing himself into shape. AD's been the best big man on this team. I need to see him in the game more. I need to see him potentially start. I'm just saying. That's not me being biased. I'm just saying. But no, man, I'm actually looking forward to these games. I'm not going to spend too long on this topic because, of course, it's only been 5 expedition games, and but I'm concerned. I am concerned. I hope that we handle our business. The first game that we have up is against Serbia, which even though we blew them out in the expedition game, it's going to be a different ball game when the games get real. And we need to have a duplicate performance of the blowout we had in the expedition game, and we just got to get together. I'm hoping Durant can start playing because he's a big part of Olympic basketball. He's actually the all-time leader in Olympic men's basketball scoring, and of course, he's the most efficient superstar scorer I've ever seen. So we need that motherfucker can hit from all three levels. You feel me? By the basket, mid range, three, 30-footer. Like he's like that. Um, so hopefully he can, join the party. And I'm hoping that we handle our business. I don't mind. This is the kind of games I would like to see. Because of course you want to see good basketball games. Let it be good for the first 2-3 quarters, then we pull away at the end against the good teams. Against the trash teams, let's get them up out of here early. Let's not have them sitting around or hanging around like we did with South Sudan. Respect to the squad though, but come on, man. That game was supposed to be that close. That was supposed to be a 30, 40 point win. 30 at least. They did have like a 40-point spread. That was entirely too much, I think. 30 points, that could have been easy 30 points because y'all beat Serbia by 27. So come on now. Come on now, USA. But nah, for real. I'm wishing all of our USA contestants, participants, the best of luck in Paris. Make your country proud, bring home the gold, and go USA. You already know the vibes. With that being said, anyone can talk, but not everyone can podcast. I'm out this bit.